Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome to the Excel first class. Okay. And so let me briefly introduce myself and then we can have a small intro about uh, all of you and then can start off. Okay. So hello everyone, my name is Kunal and I have around 7 years of experience into the data analytics industry, currently working in an MNC as a business analytics. Uh, Majorly assisting the director level people with all the reporting stuffs uh, and like the I have experience in the tools like Excel, SQL, Power BI, Python, and all this stuff, all these tools. So that's all. And so can you just briefly introduce anyone, like just give me a brief understanding that, okay, what is the experience you have, what kind of knowledge you have, what is the expectation of the from this course, and also that I can understand better. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Ali and I'm from Kashmir, Srinagar to be specific. I have
Okay.
studied electronics and communication engineering. And after that, I didn't actually jump into corporate. I was working with my father. We have a traditional Kashmiri carpets and rug store. It was in Delhi. We were working together till COVID hit in 2019. So slowly our business started to recede, and I thought of joining the corporate workforce. I mean, get into a mainstream workforce. So then I first started working in 2021 in Coach and Infotech as a capture analyst. It wasn't a heavy technical role, but well, the it usually revolved around analysis of technical documents. It was focused on US federal and state market. So I wouldn't say I was doing a lot of technical. It was just basic Excel. I was using some filtering and making pivot tables very rarely, but mostly filtering stuff. So that continued for more than 2 years, and then after that, I luckily got a chance to work with a US startup, um, Invisible Technologies, if someone might have heard of it. They are into data annotation space. So currently, I'm working with them, and I don't have to exactly do any analysis there, but they have their own software that I use. We have been trained on that. Since the AI advancement is going on a rapid pace, I thought it's better to get my technical strong, and that's why I joined. I first joined SQL, and now I'm here to learn Excel. So nice to meet all of you. Thank you.
Great, Alim. Thank you for your intro, Alim. Anyone else? Like a small intro. Anyone?
So hi
Madhuri
all,
or
my name is Madhur,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I am from Pune. I work in Pune. I work in Amdocs, so I have total 5 years of experience. I work so I'm here to. I've joined this data analyst class, and I want to move into my career because currently I'm working in service desk department, so want to move in my career into data analyst.
Okay. So, Mother, do you have do your day in your everyday work? Do you have like heavy Excel work stuff like that, or how is it?
It's not heavy Excel work. I use VLOOKUP mostly, not
Okay.
much than that.
Okay. And some sort of dashboarding stuff or some reporting you have to share it to the higher management or something like that.
So we use Power BI for that.
Okay, you have Power BI for that. So, are you well versed with Power BI or like how is it?
Uh, the dashboards in Power BI are already made, so I just retrieve the report. So I don't know how to make the dashboards.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Mother. Yeah, Puneet.
Yeah, I am Puneet. Basically, I am working in Pune. but currently doing work from home. I am a mainframe operation and admin. So I decided to explore some data fields. That's why I am learning SQL, Power BI, and Excel, sir.
Good. Thanks. Nitesh, anything from your end? Okay.
My name is Nitesh, and I am a civil engineer. And I have 8 years experience in civil engineering in building and construction.
Okay. So, what's the outcome you are expecting from this course? Basically, to understand Excel and
Yes,
for your daily
basic
work.
understanding of Excel.
Got. Thanks, Nitesh. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. So, let's start uh, our first class from today. So, yeah, guys, as I just mentioned that, okay, as per see, I will go with a very slow space, okay, as you can understand that, because all of you are having different expertise, different industry, right? So let's understand that, okay, let's build our concept block by block slowly, so that if we try to hurry up a little bit, it will create a problem for other person or something. So it's better that we slowly build our concept, and then whenever we have a doubt or any kind of issue, then we can slowly raise the concept, raise the issue, and we can clarify our doubts, okay, with me. Right. And whenever you have any problem, please ask me. And also would request that to make little bit of interactive session, so that it helps me also to uh, you know uh, have the understanding. Okay, you guys are getting the concept or stuff like that, so that I also understand that yes, you are uh, getting the concept what I'm trying to teach you. Okay, so that's how it is. So let me share my screen. No. Okay. Okay, guys. So, so let's understand that what this Excel tool is basically, right? So it's a spreadsheet, what we call it in our daily term, and it's a very interesting tool actually. Why? Because this is the very first tool everyone we use in our daily work, or in our corporates and everywhere. But nobody tries to understand, okay, what are the facilities what we have actually in Excel? What are the things which we can do right from Excel itself? But when we think of, okay, SQL or Python or something like that, then those are like advanced tools in the market. But let me clearly tell you, in the analytics world, this is the most utilized tool every time. I mean, any management head or anybody, either they want a PPT or they want an Excel understanding. Even if you share them a Power BI file also, ultimately they will ask you that, can you share it in an Excel file? Because trust me, in our daily in our corporate life, I have seen this, I've been through this struggle, that no matter how much you dedicate your time and build a software, build a dashboard or something like that, ultimately they want to see it in an Excel file. Now, what is this Excel file, and why it is so much popular? Because this particular tool is so much representation friendly, and anything you can customize, you can utilize from here and implement it on the data set. Okay. So that is why this is very much user friendly. And anything if you want to do, I mean, any raw data set you have, if you want to kind of insert a pivot table or something like that, which we will understand in our future classes. Uh, these kind of implementations can be done easily. But in terms of a SQL tool or a Python, you have to write a code. Now, to write a code, you have to understand the code, right? You have to understand the functionality of the code, and then only you will be able to do that. But here, what is the point? Here, all the data set is in front of you, and in front of you only. If you want to like go to a cell over here and just write sum, right? And if you want to just sum this 25 or like this, okay. If you just want to do like this particular tool itself will help you to assist you will do to do these things. Correct? Whereas in SQL and all, you cannot see actually that is what is happening, right? I mean, you can see the output, but here this particular tool it's a dashboarding tool. It's a here only you will do the dashboard. You can build, you can do your ETL work, whatever you want to do, correct? So you can insert the data, delete the data, everything you can do, but everything you can visualize also. So that is why it's a very user-friendly tool in the market, right? And this tool has been there in the market from quite a long time. Okay, like before 2003 is also this particular tool was there, but a lot of revisions has happened. I mean, probably around 90, 80s or something like that, 90, this particular tool was launched. After that, it has gone through so many revisions in the versions of it. So like 2003, 2007, 2010, 13, 16, these are some of the versions I would say. Okay, currently my Excel version is 2021. Okay, and under this 2020, this is an student version, what you are looking at. Whereas my company version is basically a 365 license version, 365 enterprise license version, where a lot of different other tools are also available. I mean, you have Microsoft Access, you might have heard of Microsoft Access, and other tools are also, are being packaged in this particular tool. So as you can see, within this particular license only, I have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Note, right? These are all till lifetime. These are all these tools are there with me. Okay, so nothing to do a licensing or something like that. Now, what is the advantage of these kind of tools to have license and all? First of all, let me tell you, whatever system what you have, okay, and in that Excel, what is the version you have? Guys, can you just tell me, like, by going to your account and tell me what is the versions you have? Can you just tell me, please? Guys, can you hear me?
Sir,
Yes,
Microsoft
just a second.
365.
Uh, okay, Alim, yours is 365, is it?
Yeah, 365. Yes, sir.
Oh, Puneet,
Yes,
yours is 365. Alim, yours 365, is it?
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. Madhur,
Yeah, my also 365.
great,
Mine
great.
also
Yours, Nitesh?
365.
365. Got it. Great. Yeah, great. So I think all of you are having something like, the advanced version of the Excel. So if you go to the account version and you can see all different tools will be like, with the Office package, you will have all those tools. So basically you have all the advanced, like what is the difference of this 21 and 365? Basically what happens here is any kind of latest formulas or any kind of new features, anything which comes up in through Microsoft, it directly sends it to all those license holders, the 365 license holders, to their systems. So you might have seen that, sometimes the laptop will ask you to update or something like that. What will happen here is mine is till 2021, whatever features Excel has announced till that time, whatever formulas or something like that was there, it will be automatically have added in this particular tool. But after that, after 2021, whatever advanced things have been launched in my system, it will not reflect. It is already, but anybody who is from the 365, account holder, those person will have those facilities. Why I'm telling you this? Because previous batches I've seen that some functions which I was able to write, that person was not able to write because in their system, that system was in 2013 or something. Okay, so because of that, there was a problem. Or for instance, right now also, we might some of you might see that in this particular home tab itself, on the right hand side, some of you might be having a co-pilot, correct? You might be seeing a co-pilot icon on your right hand side, probably if you are using your enterprise laptop or something like that. Currently mine is having a PDF creation kind of thing. So these kind of version things are also very what do you call, like, important aspect also, because any kind of new formula or something you might have seen in YouTube or something like that, you thought of trying it. But if your version doesn't permit you, you cannot explore those things. Okay. Or some sort of advanced formulas which have been launched recently, you will not be able to get that. Okay. Okay. Now, let me tell you that, okay, what are the file formats basically, Excel have. So basically in 2003, it used to have the, what do you call, in 2003, suppose it used to have the XLS, sorry, .xlx. Okay. After that, after 2003, like 2007, then 2010, 2030, sorry, 2013, 2016. All these versions used to have .xlsx. Sorry. Okay. So this is the continuation currently we can see. So anything which is, if you see, suppose if anybody sends you a file, okay, that time if you see that this is a .xls file, xlx only till this time, this is, then think that this particular Excel version is very outdated, I mean very old, okay, because from XLSX the latest version starts. This is also crucial, guys. Okay, be watchful about it. Or sometimes you might be seeing like .csv. Okay, this is not nothing but comma separated value. This is .csv file. Now, what is this CSV file? This is basically a non-structured data which is there in Excel. It is not basically, you can call it an Excel properly a file, but this is a very handy format which can be utilized by any tool in the market. Okay, you can open, if a file is in a CSV file, this can be opened in Excel, this can be opened in SQL, this can be utilized in Python, anything, anywhere, even Power BI or something like that, that can be utilized. Now, what is the difference of these two files basically? Now, Excel files are compared to a CSV files a little bit heavier because this Excel file holds all the formattings and everything what you do in a currently in an Excel file and share it with someone. Those formattings and everything will be captured in that particular file because that's a registered file for the Excel format. Okay. But in a CSV, it was not like that. It will be a simple data structured format. No, nothing like, like color codes or format or something like nothing will be there. Okay. So, uh, that's the whole idea behind it. So whenever you get different files, understand which file is for what. Okay, don't get scared. Okay, this is a CSV file, will it open or something like that? Nothing to be thinking of because all these files, suppose uh, suppose if I want to save this blank workbook, okay, this blank workbook, that time it will throw me uh, where should I say? Okay. Now, over here, as you can see, so many different files are there. Okay. And you can see workbook, my macro enabled file. So this is macro enabled file. What is that? This is a macros enabled file. What is macros? Those what we will understand in the VBA section. So if a file is having a macros inside it, this is the particular format with which you have to save the Excel file. Now, if you accidentally save, you have a macros inside the Excel and you saved it in a workbook format, then your macros will not work. You have to save it in the macro enabled workbook format. I mean, the extension has to be this. Otherwise, the macro will not work. So that's a challenge over there. Then you have binary format. Then you see 97 to 2003. So I just told you till 2003 you have Excel SX, right? So if you click on it, this is the format, and when you save this file, this will be saved in the Excel SX format. But after this, if you normally if I save this, and it will be like this. Okay. See the format, guys. This is currently it's showing as an Excel worksheet, and this is showing as 97 to 2000. So that's how basically the representation of the Excel work, the extensions are. Now, if I save this, if I want to save this as like save it as normal Excel file, you can do it. If you want to do the CSV formatting, okay, we can do that. Again, if we do that, we can see that this has been, now this is the format I was talking about, comma separated value file. Now see the icons. Icons are also different. See, in an Excel file, it will look like this. And your, normal other books, workbooks will be looking like this. Okay. And like this is 2000, like from 97 to 2003 worksheet. And this is your book one. Okay. So this is a comma separated value format. Okay. Now let's understand a little bit deeper of what are the other things we have to learn in Excel. Correct. So as you can see that all these files are over here with an XLX file, and whenever you have it, understand this is the latest version of the Excel file, and normally after 2016, 2021 or something, all these files will be normally you can open it. But if it is a 2003 or XLX format, some of the other features might vary or something like that. Okay. So in your current version, which is a higher version, there will be some sort of difference in the format of the data. Okay. Now let's understand how the whole layout of the Excel now. Okay. So currently, as you can see, this is the tool. This is the interface of Excel. Okay. This is the whole interface of Excel. As you can see over here, from the very top, we'll go one by one section. So on the very top, on this part, as you can see, this is your quick access toolbar, guys. Okay. Excel's, this is the quick access toolbar. By what I mean by this particular toolbar section, quick access toolbar. So over here, you can add any sort of quick accessing features of Excel. Now, suppose if you want to save something, as you can see, these are the standard ones: save, undo, redo. These are the standard ones. Anybody who opens the Excel file, by default, these are the open. These are the ticked parts of the quick access toolbar. Now, from the name itself, you can understand this is a toolbar which is having the quick accessibility of all the tools. Correct. From here, you can save. If I click on this email thing, as you can see, if I want to email something from the Excel, the moment I click on it, your email facilities will start operating, and currently it is not there. So this is the facilities this quick access toolbar gives me. If I click on this, so every time what I was doing, I was going to file, I was going to open, and then I was trying to open any kind of random file what I have. But if I just add this with the help of quick access access toolbar, if I click on this file over here, okay, directly it will take me to all the files which I want to open, right? So this is the accessibility which gives me, which I can avail with the help of the customization of the quick access toolbar, right? This is the first part of Excel what you can see over here, correct? And then you have an auto save button. What is the function of the auto save button over here? With the help of auto save, what you can do is basically, if you want to click on it. So suppose if your account holder, right? If you have if you have logged in, so suppose this is a Microsoft logged in account, and with this like we can save off this particular file also in the Excel OneDrive. Okay, so by default, understand, in an enterprise file, Excel file also, if you click on this, it will give me a OneDrive kind of a functionality. Okay, so by default, suppose Excel is open in your system, this particular Excel which is open in your system, this can be only saved and edited in your own system. Okay, the moment you click on this one, from off to on, it will help you to save off this file in OneDrive, which is the cloud version of Microsoft. Okay, that OneDrive will start accepting these particular files over there. It will save off there. Now if you share this particular file to anyone, right? How we used to share Excel file through an email or something, right? Or via Teams, we share that file to them, then they get the data. Generic mode is basically with the help of email only we share the data. Now, if you save or click on this particular thing, your OneDrive accessibility gets opened and you can save out this particular file. Okay, and any changes or something like that, you don't need to manually go and click this button. So if you click on it on anything, any changes you do, automatically you will see there is a saving concept which works every time. Okay, that's how this whole functionality has been developed. Okay, now another part, as you can see, sorry, here on the top you can see a search option. What is search? Basically anything, if you want to search any functionality, like we look up or look up reference or something. If you want to search something, Excel helps you to search it for you, right? If you want to search sort, right, where is sort or something, suppose I ask you, okay, do sort, right? And if you're not sure, okay, where is sort or something, then this is the go-to reference you can talk about. Okay, you can search it and like that. Now now what we have, okay, after this we start off with our ribbon section. Now if I just right click, and if you can see, you can see a customize the ribbon, collapse the ribbon. Okay, now what is this basically? Ribbon is your basically the whole features of Excel, you know, all the features or all the tabs, whatever sections you have in Excel application. Ribbon is the go-to reference. Okay, when I tell you ribbon, don't get confused, this is the part I'm talking about. Just above this particular, the files, insert, and all these sections which comes under the ribbon part. Okay, with the help of mouse I'm showing you. Okay, so all this part. Okay, these are the ribbon section. Under this ribbon, what is there? Under each sections you have different functionalities. Each functionalities has its own working style, and with that, whenever we want to do something, this is the go-to place which we need to explore. Okay, now if I now this particular ribbon is currently, you can see, right? Now imagine if you think that, okay, my Excel file is little getting covered with this particular ribbon section, what to do? Now just double click on it and you can see your window has been increased, your file has been increased. Now suppose if I zoom little bit out, okay, if I do the zoom out a little bit, now see, you have a very bigger picture of the whole Excel file over there, right? And on the top, only the names are already given over here, correct? And now again, if you think that, okay, like I want to access some functionality, like I want to go to a formula and see, click on it, the drop down will come down. Okay, you do your stuff. Again, if you click on the white part, it goes back up. So this is a basically collapsing feature what I have just activated. This like from the ribbon section. Now, if I uncheck from here, it will again come back. Now, if I click on here, it will not go up, right? It only gets activated from any of the tabs under in the ribbon section. Any of these tab sections, if you just double click, and it gets activated. Again, you double click, it gets closed. That feature is now turned off. Basically, you can see from this click button, uncheck, it comes back on. Okay, so this is the basic ribbon section I just told you. Now we will learn each and every tabs inside, like what your particular section inside a tab works, and how we can utilize it, and like stuff like that. Okay, now coming back to this lower part of the ribbon section, what is this called? This is the formula bar. Okay, this fx part, till this small part of the Excel is the name box section. Okay, if you just hover your mouse over here, is you can see the pop-up. It's called a name box. Why this is used here? So suppose you select this range, okay, and you think, okay, let me name this, okay, something like A, B, C, and that's done. Okay. Now the import part, sorry, I think already it's there. 1, 2, 3. A1, 1. Or Kunal, let me check. So I've written a name over here, you can see Kunal. And with this, I have just saved off this particular file with a name. Now, anytime if I just select this range, this name will come up. Now, what just happened here? I just named this whole range with a name, and whenever I have to refer something, this is the name which will help me to remind that, okay, this is there was a table named as Kunal, and with that particular name, I can reference it out. Okay, I can utilize or I can call that particular name, and from that I want to do some operation on it. So this is the name functionality which can help me. Okay, so that's what the name functionalities utilizations are. Or also anytime you can see, whenever I'm going to any cell, the name box always give me the sale reference. Every time I will have the column and the name. So yesterday's class, I was telling the same thing, that the column referencing methodology, or the cell referencing methodology works in a way where the first thing, the first parameter what comes is the column name. Column names, what is the column name? Your B column, correct? And then the row number. And anywhere, if I just toggle around, just look at the name box. It helps me to give the cell referencing. Okay. If I click on anywhere, any place, it gives me the cell referencing. Okay. Now, just after the name box starts your formula bar. What is the formula bar? Is basically it gives me any kind of formula, right? Any kind of formula. Suppose in this particular name, in the cell reference B5, I have to write a sum function of 25, 30, and 35. How will you do that? You either staying in that particular cell, you put an equal to and start writing SUM. You might have seen so many times in your Excel file that there are functionalities which helps you to do sum, and the operations, any kind of operation you want to do, any VLOOKUP, any function you write. This is the go-to place. Now you write the sum function SUM automatically with the help of Excel engines facility. The drop down appears with all the that what do you call the related uh, you know functions with the help of SUM. So anywhere SUM is there, it will highlight you all those things. Out of that, whichever you want to select, press tab in your keyboard. Never, you can utilize the mouse click also, but the best reference is tab. Okay. The moment you press tab, because suppose right now you're just writing single formula. Suppose you have a nested formula, you have to write multiple formulas inside one formula, another formula, another. How will you do that? Tab is the go-to method, guys. Okay. You press tab, your function gets activated, and then you select a range, and then you do that. We'll understand this range is also how this is happening. And when you close the bracket, press enter, it's there. Now, again, if I come back to this B5 cell, I can see that in the formula bar, see, I'm just putting my mouse over here, the pop-up comes as formula bar, right? This particular formula bar gives me that, shows me the equal to, then sum, then the range, everything. So anytime, anywhere you have to investigate what is there in the cell or something like that, these are the go-to reference. One is the cell reference, which will come to, which we can know from the name box. Another is your formula box, formula bar, right? Formula bar, you go over there, you just put your mouse, you click over there, it will give you the data, whatever data is there. If it is a formula, it will highlight it over there. If it is a normal data, it will highlight it over there. Okay. And anytime if you want to extend the, currently you can see only a single row is there. Now, if you think, okay, let me increase it, on the right hand side, extreme right, there is a icon over there, you click on it, it drops down. Got it? With this, you can understand that, okay, this is the length. If you want to increase it, you can increase it this much. Okay. Sometimes we write a very big formula that time, and your visibility is less. What will you do? This is the method you have to follow. Okay. You increase it again. You don't want it. You reduce it back, or suppose it's like this. Manually, you have adjusted this. You click on this again. It's come back to its original place. Okay. So this is your, I mean, your name box and the formula bar. Now comes the base, our the Excel canvas. Okay, basically the sheet where we actually work on. Now, when we work on this particular Excel file, okay, before that, let me tell you that, okay, we have an understanding of Excel, like Excel file. But let me tell you, so basically, Excel have an understanding of workbook concept. Okay, whenever we talk about a file to him, understand we are talking about a workbook. Okay, that's a Excel, that's a blank workbook. This is the fundamental understanding. Okay, whenever we work on an Excel file, that's basically a workbook. Inside a workbook, we have tabs, or we call it sheets. Now if I just press this plus button, as you can see, what is telling me? New sheet. Whenever you have to add a sheet inside a workbook, this is the plus button you have to click on. You click on this new sheet, a sheet comes up. So what is this? This is a worksheet. A blank workbook or a brand new Excel file is a book, basically a workbook. Inside a workbook, we have a worksheet. Okay, this is how the whole Excel, whenever a brand new Excel file, when you open, this is how it shows you. This is how the concept workbook inside a worksheet is there. Now, whenever we talk about press another tab. So this is your tab concept. So basically, whenever we tell someone that add some more tabs. So we are just adding the worksheets basically. Or you can tell them add some worksheet, or go to this worksheet or that worksheet. Go to worksheet number 3. You go to this particular worksheet. Go to sheet number 1, or we call it go to the 5th tab. We from 1 to 5th tab, if you're talking about tab or worksheet, if you talk about, this is how we toggle. So this is the toggling part of Excel. So this is your basically the canvas part. Okay, this is the Excel, like the blank sheet part over here. Currently you can have a grid lines over here. Now suppose you don't like the grid lines, go to the view tab. From the view tab, you have a grid line concept. Click on it. It's a white color space. Anything you write, anything you write, you cannot understand, okay, where it is written. It's completely a blank part, like a white page. The moment you click on the grids, then you understand, okay, these are all cells. Inside every cell, the data has been written. So that is why Excel is so much popular. You can do so many things inside it. If you want to add some data, like like a text data, to start writing, and but understand, this will always add this data with like each and every cell. It captures the data in a cell wise structure. Okay, if you want to add some numbers, that's also fine. Okay, and the moment you want to start operating with this thing, it starts giving you the data. If you want to add up this text, right? If you want to add up these texts, you get a text, complete text. 3 texts are there, you add it up. 3 numbers are there, you add it up with the help of formulas. So that is why, guys, Excel is so much popular, and learning the Excel tool is the most foundational thing which you can do for your analytics journey. If you don't know Excel, guys, you will have a tough time understanding Power BI. You have a tough time, like obviously you can learn SQL also, but if anybody asks you that, okay, download this file in an Excel file and then do some operations, some pivot file or some pivot or something, then you'll not be able to do that. So think this particular tool as the foundational thing of your analytics journey. From this, you can relate out anything like, SQL, Python, anything, any operations, anything like, over here you have so many like, you want to do some operation with the text thing. So you have so many operations over here with the help of text, right? All this find, length, lower, mid, proper, replace, these kind of operations are also there, right? So you can do all these operations and the same things. You have a different nomenclature or something in other tool like SQL or Python or something like that. But the foundational concepts are these only. Okay. Okay. So where we be? Yeah. So we were adding some sheets over here. Now, if you want to, so yeah, I was just telling you that okay, this is your column and this is your row. Anytime, whenever someone tells you go to G5, take the reference of the name box, select on that part, and then understand okay which cell that person is telling me to go. Person tells you go to L2. Go to L2. This is your L2. Verification is like this. Okay, you can verify it that okay, am I in actually in L2 cell? Check the name box. Yeah, you are in L2 cell. So Excel's fundamentals works based on this concept: column and your rows. Okay, uh, with this particular fundamental understanding only, you have to navigate in Excel. Okay, anytime suppose you have a data over here and right, suppose you want to add these two 10 and 20. Instead of using sum function, somebody tells you okay, add 10 and 20 without the sum. How will you do that? So that is where your reference starts. So over here, as you can see, after giving an equal to sign, I have just selected, I have with the help of your keyboard, guys. I'm not using the mouse. With the help of navigating with the help of your keyboard, left side 2 times I pressed the left arrow in your keyboard. I am at, I can see that this is, I'm selecting the 10 value, but actually Excel is understanding in the cell reference concept, guys. Let me zoom in a little bit. Over here, I am trying to add 10 and 20. That's my understanding. But Excel is understanding with the help of the tool concept. Sorry, the cell reference concept. So Excel is understanding okay, whatever there in I6 cell, I have to add it with the J6 cell. And when you press enter, then only it gives you an output. This is the foundational understanding you have to have when you are writing a formula also. Excel always works with the help of referencing methodology. Never you can write, and if you think okay, I will do like 10 like 10 plus 20. For this Excel is not made, guys. Excel is made for more than this. More interesting work you have to do with Excel. You can do it actually if you know it. That's what the challenge is. So the point here is always think in those terms that whatever referencing, if I write it, Excel, I have to make Excel understand, okay, this is the reference I want, because apart from your knowledge, Excel doesn't know anything. Excel doesn't know what is there in I. Excel doesn't know anything what is there in J. It only understands in the language of referencing. Over here, when you're referencing I6 and J6, it understands, okay, whatever there in I6 and IJ, I have to add it, and it will give you an addition. That's how it is. That's how the backend Excel engine works. Okay, so you have to think that Excel is a dumb tool. You have to make him understand. That's the whole thing. You have to understand what is the outcome you have to generate with the help of a formula. You have to think that, okay, what is the formula there? This is the number formula. Okay, will the text formula will work on it? No, text formula doesn't work. So if you try to use it, it will throw an error. So what are the things? We can think of financials. We can think of mathematical functions. Obviously, mathematical functions will work on it, correct? Because apart from that, other tools you cannot implement it. You don't have anything to look up here, correct? So that's the understanding you have to know. You have to understand what is the formula you can implement, what is the data type it is having, and then you can start off with your work. Okay. So we have understood the basic canvas part of Excel, right? On the row and concept part. And as you can see that it starts the row and the columns uh, till the last. If I talk about, you can go to at least around 255 sorry, 255 worksheets you can add. Okay, here if you want to click and tab and multiple tabs you want to add, you can add at least 255 worksheets at maximum, right? And if you want to add something like what do you call, like columns, if you talk about. So if I talk about the columns, there are something around uh, how much? You have 16,384, something around roughly. These are the columns as max as you can add it over here. Okay. And if I talk about the rows, you have something around 10 lakhs 48,576 rows are there. So that's the ultimate columns and reference numbers for a worksheet, not workbook. So imagine in a worksheet, you have 10 lakhs 48,576 rows there to add your data. You have 16,384 columns to add your columns in Excel. That's only a worksheet, guys. Imagine how many data points you can add in sheet 2, sheet 3, and sheet 4. But now comes the interesting part, that if you think that, okay, so many rows and columns are there, I can add as many data as much possible. Let me tell you, there is a catch that after certain data points or something like just now, this book, I haven't saved it yet. Okay. This book, I haven't saved it yet. But imagine this book has been saved and there's a lot of data. I mean, suppose there are 1 lakh rows of data, 20 columns of data already been there. Trust me, this particular file will be having a memory space of around 30 or 40 MB. And that is where the scary thing starts for Excel. Excel becomes unresponsive after a certain limit. You can think of, okay, so many rows are there, why Excel is not working? Excel engine works at a certain level and after that it starts crashing. That is where you have to think of additional or advanced databases or tools to work on. Okay. This tool can handle actually a lot of databases, data things, like smaller chunks you can talk about. But if you think of adding lakhs and lakhs of data over here and you want to do a reporting, trust me, it will crash. Now that is where your additional, Power Query and all these features have come up, so that your Excel file should not contain all the data points. Okay. You add your data points in the form of a model. Okay. Only a connection, basically. It will be a connection. We'll learn in the later sections. It will be only shown you as a connection. No, space capturing nothing to add here, or the space will not be captured in the Excel file. It will be only in KBs, and you can do a lot of different functionalities inside it. So that's how, you have to understand with the help of practical experiences that how much you can work, you can optimize, you can play around with Excel file for a certain limit of data. After that, trust me, even if your laptop is an i7 processor or you have 16 GBs of RAM, it will crash. Trust me, so from my personal experience, I'm saying. So that is where you have to think of optimizing your reportings. If you think, okay, somebody gave you a report and you have years of data, or every day some 1 lakh rows is coming to you, never think of adding it in Excel normally. Yeah, then you have to think other options. Can we do it in Power Query? Or if your company tells you, okay, you can think of SQL or other tools. Obviously think in those lines. If you think that, okay, I can dump in Excel and start working on it, trust me, it will crash. Your dashboards or whatever you want to build it, it will be creating so much of problems. So till now, any doubts, guys? Any questions? Okay. Now, so as you can see, this is the canvas we just discussed. And after this, rows and columns are the only fundamental understanding, right? And with this, on the bottom part also, you have the sheet sections, which we just now discussed. From here, you can, if you click on the plus button, you can add different sheets. On the extreme right, you can scroll the sheets left and right with the help of the scroll bar. Correct. If you want to increase or decrease, you can do this from here. Okay. And on the extreme left also, if you just right click, you can see all the sheets over here. So sometimes you have multiple sheets, okay, have been added. Worksheets have been added here. You want to toggle between it. So this is the way. You just come over here. Moment to come over here, it helps me to, what we can do. So if I just right click, it gives me all the sheets over here. Okay. With this, I can toggle around on the sheets. All right. And just below it is the status bar. Okay. And with the help of this status bar, I can understand, like if I just click on it, you can see all the statuses what have been ticked or which are not there. If you want to add those things, you can add it up over here. Currently, these are not there, so that's why these are unchecked. So as you can see, average, count, sum. These are the normal functionalities. Now, if I click on this also, and there is a data. Now see, average, count, numerical count. Okay, numerical count is basically the numeric count. I mean, these are 7 counts of numeric data is there. So the count and the numerical count are there. Now, if I just add, so let's add A and then count. See now, count has become 8, numeric count is 7. That means numerical data is 7, and because A is not a numeric count, so that is why this is basically the difference. Count 8 and numeric count is 7, and the sum of all this data is this much. How I understood it? Basically, how I activate it is basically by clicking on the status bar, and this is the customization. Right click on this, and you have the customization option in front of you. You can customize the status bar with it, right? Now, from the very left, you have a ready mode, as you can see in the status bar. That means this particular file is ready. Okay. Sometimes it might be on a different status, but on a very fraction of seconds, you can see, because sometimes it calculates something. So if it is a heavier calculation, you might see this is not ready or something like that. So this is the status which tells us that this particular file is on a ready mode to do any kind of operation. And then you have a macros recorder or something like that. This button is basically been given to you. So suppose when there is a macro button, right? If you click on it, it gives you it gives you the pop-up of recording a macro, or what is the name I have to give, any shortcut I have to give. So this is the macro section of Excel with this button. So if I click on it and okay, whatever operations I will do, the macro will record it. Basically, it will write the VBA code automatically, and after stopping, the macros, the macros will be built. Okay, we'll learn what is VBA and macros later on. So that time we'll explore that. Okay, and now this is the accessibility feature, basically to investigate any kind of accessibility over here. Now on the very extreme right, you can see all these smaller features of the worksheet. Whatever there, it will pop up over here with the numbers or whatever count and all these things. You have some sort of modes, page layout or normal layout, and page break previews and all these things, and the zooming feature of Excel over here. right? You can zoom and zoom out with the with the help of this particular feature over here. Okay, that's the whole interface, basic interface of Excel over here, right? Now, if I want to talk about what is there in the file section, inside the file section, as you can see, you have a home tab, you have new. Basically, home tab gives you all the blank workbook features and any other tabs if you want to open. All the other previously opened track sheets are also there. If you want to click on new one, if you click on new, a blank workbook will be a reference for you, or any kind of raw data sheet or report, something if you want to open, that will also will stay here. Then you have some suggestive materials also over here, right? If you want to open and want to explore, you can do those things. Open will always direct you what are the files you want to open. With this, you can see that you have a OneDrive access. So in OneDrive, you have anything, you can click on it. This PC, that means any files which have been saved over here, that you can access it over here. Browse, you can click on browse and you can browse your data in your file like this. And if you want to search something, you can do this and stuff like that, right? So this is your open. Info section gives you the info of this particular Excel sheet, what has happened, what is the history, and all the aspects of it. Is this a protected workbook or something like that? If you want to share, if you want to copy this particular file path or something like that, open the file location for any kind of assistance, you can do that. If you want to upload, again, OneDrive access is there. Now see, just because I have saved this particular file, this is giving me, this is a 23 KB data. It's a very less memory size. So that's the information. You will get it from the info part in the file section. You have a save option. You save it off. Now you can do the save button. But understand, until unless you have saved, suppose a blank worksheet is there, right? A blank worksheet. A blank worksheet is there. And if I click on save, see, it will not let me to save it because till now the file has not been saved in any location, like by default any location or something like that. It was not given to it. So that is why the moment I clicked on this save button, it has turned it back to the save as. Now save as, what is telling me? First you save it with some name or some and in a location with some name or something like that. Then automatically like all suppose this file is there. Now I can go over here and click on save, and multiple times I click on save, it will save. But until unless if it is a very blank workbook and nothing has been saved on it, again it will see. First time when I clicked on it on the save, it has thrown me back to the save as. Now it is telling me. Now again I have clicked on save. Now it is telling me, do you want to save this as a book 3 file? If you click on save, now it will get saved like that. So that's how it is. The first time it will throw you an error. It will throw you back to save as. That first you save as and then you come back to save the data. So that's how it is. Okay. And then the other sections, as you can see, like these files are there. Printing. If you click on print, then whatever data has been there, it will help you to assist the orientation or the alignment of the file, of the data inside it. Currently, not much of the data is there, so that's why it's looking so much of blank. From here, you can align your file as per the orientation or the size and everything. You can do it, and then click on print as a PDF or something. Automatically, this will link to your company's printer if you're working in an office, and it will start printing on it. So that's the whole setup of this print thing. Share, with the help of this, you can directly share this particular file to anyone with the help of email or anything. You can save it to cloud also. You can share it to anybody. We are exporting file of creating an Adobe file or anything. Then if you click on close, it will get closed. Account section, already I just mentioned that, okay, from here you can understand what is the version, what is the office version of your file. You have to come to the account version, and then you can understand what are what is what is the what are the different tools aligned with this particular uh, version of the file of the office file. With this office file, what are the other applications I'm getting? This is the place where you have to come. You have to see what is the account name and everything, and with this, based on that, you can do it, right? Then you have the options part. The options part is basically an add-on in the Excel application. With the help of this, you can change any orientation in your Excel with the help of this particular feature. Now, what is this particular feature helps us to do? Different changes you can do. You can change the username of this particular files to anyone. You can change the backgrounds, themes. You can change anything, any default things which are already there in Excel file. If you want to click on add those things, you can do it. By default, the font size is 11. If you want to change it to 5 or 10, you can do it. Default views view for a new sheet, normal view. If you want to change it to page layout or something, you can do it. Includes mini sheets. Currently it is one only. Now if I change it to 3, right? If I change it to 3, and let's see, like if I open a new file. Now see, Excel understood, okay, every time I open an Excel file, 3 sheets should open, pop up. So that's how it's there. So that's the advantage of change playing around with the Excel feature, the options. You have formulas in the formula section. Any kind of changes you make, like currently workbook calculations is automatic. I mean, whenever you enter something, the formula, it calculates it. So now suppose if you click on manual, so manual, what will happen? So suppose there's a formula already written and you click on manual, until unless you go to that formula and click on and enter, it will not calculate it. So that's a trickier way. You can explore those things. So this is also the formula sections where you can, if you want to do any kind of manual changes with the help of this formula tab, you can do. Data section, all the data wise manipulations you can do from here. Proofing you have, then saving aspect, any file location you want to change by default, anything you want to do, you can change it from here, right? Auto saves, like by default, auto saving methodology is activated here. Every 5 minutes, it will start saving the data, whatever. So sometimes when you're working in an Excel file, sometimes it crashes, right? So what will happen? This is the auto recovery section, which can help you do that. So any data which might be at a verge of losing it. So whenever you're working on Excel, make it a lesson minute in minutes, so that anytime your Excel file crashes, automatically from the recovery part, you can recover the data. I think this is a very handy feature. You can optimize and change it according to your wish. Language, you want to change it from any language to United States or anything. You want to add a language and change, all the languages will get changed. Accessibility, you have advanced features, anything advanced features like number of cells is affected, like currently 33,000 cells are there. So that's how the whole workbook is looking like. Anything advanced changes you want to do, you can explore these things here. Then you have the customized ribbon. So customized ribbon, in the ribbon sections, currently you have all these features over here. If you want to add something from here to here, what you have to do, you have to select it, add it, click on this add, and it will get added over. Anything you want to delete, right? Suppose I want to delete this developer tab, which is related to VBA. If I want to delete it, click on OK, and your tab will be gone from here. That's how you can play around with this customized ribbon. You add something, click on it, add something here, that's done. You click on something here, you uncheck it, click on OK, it will be gone. That's all. Access tool, quick access toolbar on the top. I showed you that with the help of this small drop down, you can add something by from this particular section. If you want to select something, click on add, and it gets added over here. So this is another way you can play around with the quick access toolbar. You can add something or remove something. The same method that I showed you. Okay, add-ins also a very important part. With the help of add-ins, basically you can add some additional features of Excel. Now, what is those things? Currently, you can see the manage part. You have Excel add-in, com add-in, and all these things. If you click on OK, there are some there is an add-in pop-up will come up. Okay. So what are these? Basically, these are some additional analysis tool packs which you click on and click on OK. It gets activated. Okay. Now currently you are not able to see. Those things will be all added in your different features of Excel, and you can utilize those things whenever you want to implement those features, right? So that's there. I'll just undo all those things and it's there. Okay. Now, okay. The topics. Okay. Fine. So we have understood the basic introduction of Excel, correct? And then you have the data, right? The data part we have just understood that okay, this is a data basically which we have manually written, right? Or you can import the data with the like from someone who has given you the data, just copy pasted it from some sheet. Or suppose you want to pull the data, like someone gave you in through the email, and you have saved it in a particular file. From here, you double click on that particular track on that particular Excel sheet, and it opens up over there, right? Or you want to insert the data, just copy it and pasted it here, and you just start working. Either of the ways you can do that. Adding a worksheet. Now, as I just mentioned, click on this plus button. It starts adding your worksheets, correct? As many sheets you want, you click on this plus button, it will start adding up, correct? Copy or move the worksheet. Now, suppose if you want to copy this worksheet, how will you do that? Right click on it. Now, staying on this particular worksheet only, you have to right click on this. And with this, you can see there is a move or copy option is coming up. Now, click on copy this. Okay. And you can see there is another pop-up will appear. Correct. Now, what is telling me? To book. That means the current workbook. We want to perform this move or copy operation in the current workbook. It is asking me that. If I click on this create a copy and click on OK, now you can see there is a copy has been created of the same file. This is the version 1 and this is your version 2. On inside the bracket only you can see this is a version 2. Now suppose if I would have clicked on copy, and suppose I would have from the drop down of the two book, I have clicked on book 2 or book 3, correct? Let's click on book 3. Mind you, I have clicked create a copy also. And in book 3, the moment I clicked from the two book drop down, I clicked the book 3 option. In the before sheet, already I can see there is a sheet 1 present, right? Already there's a sheet 1. Sheet 1 is already present over there and no other sheet. Now let's see what happens. I have already created a copy option already been checked over here. Click on OK. Now let's see. Oh, book 3 is already closed, right? So sorry. Oh, it's there. It's there. Yeah, yeah. Now see. Now the interesting part. Over here, already the book 2 was there. What I did, I just created a copy. And when I see in the book 3, the sheet 1 was already there. I just copied that sheet 2 over here. And that is how you can directly copy a complete worksheet from an existing sheet to a new sheet. Right click on it, move or copy, select your desired workbook from the drop down of to book, right? And create a copy. That's a best practice, I would say. Create a copy and you save it off so that your original data stays. Your duplicate copy is also being shared with a different sheet or something like that. Correct. But mind you, if it is a formula driven sheet, would advise that first to copy and save that formula, or how to like suppose you have 10 plus 20 like this, okay, and you have a formula already. So what I will suggest is
remove this formula from this particular sheet. Now, how will you remove? I mean, you have already got 30, 10 plus 20, 30. Now, how will you remove this formula from here? The best way of removing the formula and making it as the only representing data, Alt H V V, Control C, Alt plus H plus V plus. That's the shortcut of copy and paste as value. Might have heard so many times, paste it as value, paste it as value. Like, what's the difference of this thing? Understand, whenever you're copying a data, right? Now see, there's no formula over here. The formula is gone, but your value has already been captured. So that's the advantage of doing a copy and pasting as values. Okay. What is the advantage you will get? The advantage is your formula has been made static. I mean, the formula has been basically removed. Whatever calculation has to be done has already been done, and your data is visible. And with this, now suppose you have copied, you have moved this file to another worksheet, correct? Your data will not get disturbed. Okay, your data will not get disturbed. It will be all static only, right? So that is why whenever you copy your data from one sheet to another sheet or stuff like that, make sure you like on the very corner part of this column and the first column and the first row, you click on this, area, you see the whole column and rows getting selected. And this is where suppose a lot of different dashboarding data has been scattered in the whole sheet. You just select it like this, Control C. This is the shortcut I showed you. The best another way you can see by the moment you clicked Control C and you corner on the part and under the clipboard section inside the home tab in the clipboard section, click on this paste drop down. You see the paste as values option, and the first option itself will give you as values. That's a paste as values option, right? This is a shortcut, and this is your manual way of clicking and doing the work. Okay, or else that's also, I mean, suppose you have a formula like this, Control C, right click, right click. The second option itself is your values. Okay, your formula is gone. That's all. Okay. Same process, you can do it multiple ways, 2-3 ways you can do it, right? Okay. Moving on, copying and moving a worksheet has been done. Okay, now searching a data, right? Now suppose I have to search a data. How will I do that? So in your keyboard, you can see there's a shortcut with the help of your keyboard, Control F. If you press, right? If you press Control F, you can see that there is a like find and replace option pops up in your keyboard. That's your Control F. The moment you press on it, it gives you this one. Now, like with the help of this, what are the things we can do? We can find anything. Suppose in this worksheet, I have 1000 written, correct? I can see there's 1000 over here, or suppose I want to search 500. 500 is also already there. Now, all these features will help me to trace it where it is. What it is telling me within this sheet. Is it within this sheet or in the workbook? I mean, the whole workbook has so many sheets, worksheets. So inside this sheet only you want to search, or in the workbook. That also you can do. Row wise, column wise, you can assist Excel to search. Look in a formula, value, note, comments. You can direct Excel to search in that thing. Now I tell him, okay, by nothing to think of. Sheet only you search by rows and look in the formula or something like that. Okay, just find it. The moment I click on find next, the tab from 700 it has changed to 500. That is how we can do. Now after the find, if you click on replace, right? If I want to replace it, how much I will replace? I'll replace it with 600. Let's replace it with 500 to 600. Find like we'll click on replace. It's replaced. You have multiple, suppose you have multiple 500s in the sheet, right? You select the whole range, it will replace all of them. Now, if you click on multiple times, replace like that, each and every time, single times, it will start replacing the data, right? So that's your searching and replacing functionality of Excel. Okay. Name ranges, I mentioned that, see already that the table, suppose if you click on this table, nothing will appear, but the moment you select the whole range, right? As you can see, there's already been written an ABC in the name box. Mind you, it will not be in the formula box, it will be there. It will be in the name box if a particular range have been named. Okay. So with that, we can see the what the name has been given to it, this particular file, this particular data. Okay. Only simply the data or the table you can talk about. Hyperlinks, as you can see, sometimes we get a data where the hyperlinks are there. So if you click on it or anything, because right now these hyperlinks are active. Now suppose if you want to remove the hyperlinks, right click on it, click on the open like remove hyperlink, and it will help you to remove the hyperlink. Click on the edit, it will give you a smaller box and it will tell you what is the address or something, some other place you want to add it, something like that. Okay. That's how we can remove or edit the hyperlinks. You can do that. Tab color changes. Okay. Right click on it. You can see the moment I see on the sheet itself, on the Excel like sheet. Okay. The worksheet itself, you right click on it, these are the smaller options which comes up. So from here, if you insert, a sheet will get insert. If you delete, it will get delete. If you rename, it will help you to rename the sheet, right? Can you see that it is grayed out? It is helping you to rename it. Move or copy, just now we explored. View code, any code is there, it will help you to code. That's like the VBA part, like the developer section of the thing. Protect the worksheet, it will, if you click on it, it will ask you for a password, and with that you can log this particular sheet, like see unlock cells and anything. If you want to add up, insert rows or something, and all the things according to your customization, with the help of a password, this particular sheet will be protected. Nobody else, like apart from you, nobody else will come can open this sheet and edit your data, right? If you want to protect it, that's the way you can do it. Rename the worksheet, right click, click on this rename, you can rename it. Now we were exploring the tab color. Click on the tab color and click on any color. Any color, you click on it, and just like when you toggle another sheet, as you can see, the color has been changed. Another time, if you want to click on it, another color, the color is changed. You want to explore, like if you want to make it as no color, that's default, let it be no color. You can change it to no color. If you want to click on more colors, you can do that, right? From select all sheets, you can select all the sheets over here, right? Renaming worksheet, change order, you can change the order with the help, like just click, just hold the, press your mouse, the left click. If you keep on pressed and just move the sheet, you can see you can toggle around, right? See, there's a small arrow button on each and every bar, right? This area, you can see it is helping you that wherever you will just go and drop it, it will get dropped over there. I mean, you're just changing the position of this particular file. Currently, it is in the middle of rename worksheet and this thing. Now, if I just click it and drop it here, now see it has changed its position like this. Or also you can, from here also you can change, you can check it, but you cannot change the what do you call the files and all that. By clicking on this arrow, you can change the, you can toggle around with the worksheets, correct? If you have multiple worksheets to look at. Okay. Insert, delete rows and columns. Currently, you can see the rows are here. Now, if you want to add something, right? If you want to add a column, suppose you want to add a row, sorry, you want to add a row. shift in your keyboard. That's a shortcut, I would say. That's shift plus space bar. Okay. Shift plus space bar. It highlights the row. Now what you do? Control Shift plus. Control Shift plus button in your keyboard. Okay. And here you have added a row. Now same thing. You want to remove this particular row. Shift space button. Control minus. Control plus minus. Add row comma column. Delete row slash column. So this is for your row. You want to add a column. That's control space bar. Okay. Column control plus space bar. Okay. Control space bar. Control space bar, and after that, Control Shift plus. Same method. Okay. You add a first what I just did. I want a column 2 only. Column 2 I will select, and if I press Control Shift plus, it will add a column before column 2. Now, if I want to add a column before column 1, I will keep my cursor on column 1, Control space bar and Control Shift plus. Okay. Whenever you want to insert something before it, you have to select the previous data. That's all. You want to add a row between data 1 and column 1. You keep your cursor or the you keep your mouse selected on this particular row column, like where like the first initial one. With the help of space and shift and space, you select that area, select that row which you want to migrate to one cell down. Control Shift plus, it will do that. I want to add a space between data 1 and data 2. Shift space bar, Control Shift plus button, it adds it. Right. That's all. Okay. Workbook theme. Okay. What is workbook theme basically? Currently, as you can see, this workbook has been not named something. Okay. Let's first name it with some name. Okay. June. Let's name it as June. And with this, I just named this particular range only. If I just select any cell, it will not give me anything. The moment I select this range, it gives me the range of the whole sheet, whole table, right? Now I want to insert, like, with the help of page layout, I can come to this theme option. Inside the page layout, I have to come to the theme option. I can select any of the themes over here, right? As you can see, currently in the C column, I'm not able to show you the full one, but I mean, you can see the fonts are getting changed, right? Now what I have to do, first I have to change this particular thing as a table format thing. Okay. Now the moment I change it to a table format, what it is doing, Excel, it is changing the whole range to a table, create a table format. Previously I gave a name to a table that's already been added over here, as you can see. Now what I did, I gave it a table format. Advantage of our table format, if I add a data over here, automatically see the range has been changed, or for that matter, yeah. Now if I add something, see the data gets changed, right? 45, 50, any random number. Again, if I want to add something, it gets like that. Write the sum. Okay. And see the table is giving me by default the column heading itself. With this, if I just with this, as you can see, I have so many Excel engines is giving me the option what you want to do. Inside the table, you have the name and the age and the salary. If I click on age and enter, and sorry, right? The age is already been captured over because the whole column is there. Correct. I want to sum it, enter. By default, it is giving me 85. If I add anything, if I delete anything, automatically the number has been changed. Okay. And from the drop down, there is a small drop down. Can you see? These drop downs are also help me to change anything. Currently, I have 4 numbers. There's a space also. This is the advantage of changing a workbook to a table, and these are the advantages we can play around with. So this is the theme basically, as I was talking about. And with the theme, if I change it to anything, see the color combinations and everything, the font and everything gets changed, right? See, the font and the color codes have been changed. If I change anything, any other color, it gets changed like that. Font has increased, everything increased. Correct. Color combinations, if I have to change anything, the color combinations I can change from all these drop down. If you want to customize, you can do the customization. That's all. Right. If you want to change the effects, something like that, you can play around with this. Fonts, you can change the fonts also. You can do that. That's the advantage of a workbook theme basically. That's what. Okay. I keep it as a normal thing. Okay. You can practice this data when I share it with you. Now adjusting the rows and columns, over here, as I just told you that these are columns, these are rows over here. With this, you can play around with your columns and length of the size of the rows and columns over here. Okay. So with this, you can like one thing you can do is you can this is a manual way of changing the rows and column sizes over here. Okay. Sometimes you might have seen that people will be changing it like this. Never do it like that. With this, we will not be able to calculate that how much is the width and the there's a standardization basically. It is not standard. Now there is way to change this is from the format section. If you in the home tab, inside the home tab under the cell section, if you come to the format section, if you select the whole sheet and you click on this cell size, right, there are options to manually change all these things. So one is the auto rows or row height. You click on it, whatever is the standard row height, it will be already adjusted like that. Now something I adjusted like this. This is the column I have done it. I click on it. According to the default data inside the column, it will adjust it like this. Sometimes I have such a big data over here. I click over here, auto column fit, it will automatically fit the as per the data, it will fit it. Okay. So that's how. But if you by default, like if you click on the default one, okay, it will ask you what is the default standard you are asking me to adjust. Now over here it is a 14.11. Let me give it 10 and click on OK. And by default, all the sizes have been adjusted to 10, right? This has not been done because as per the data, you can see 25, 22 it is. I will change it to 10 and click on OK. Now see, the box size have reduced to by default 10 and the data has exceeded. Now the interesting thing is whenever you click on this cell, you can see the data on the formula bar is complete. Always understand complete data, you can see it in the formula box. Whenever you click on a cell, and as you can see, the data is exceeding from the cell box length width, right? Click on it, and in the name box only and the formula box only, you can adjust the data, write anything, and do all those operations in the formula box. Okay. But in the cell, if you think that, okay, this is one single cell. No, this is complete 3 cells of data. Now, suppose if you want to merge them, right? If you want to make it as a one cell, you have to click on inside the home tab in the alignment section. You have to click on the merge and center. Then only it will become only one cell. Now I click on it again. It becomes another, again, the normal 3 cell for data. Okay. It ranges to 3 cell data, but actually it is in one cell only. Now, if you click on this D and E, D1 or E1 cell, you will not see the data because it's actually sitting inside C1 cell. Okay. So that's how this works. Okay, guys. So any doubts, guys? Any questions, anything?
एक बार सर go through करना पड़ेगा ना.
Yeah, sure. You definitely have to go through it. And guys, what's the, like, how is the pace currently? Is this pace okay, or
Yeah, it's okay.
it's okay? I mean,
Yes.
currently I'm just going a little faster probably because these basics are you can go through it multiple times, you can get the understanding, but we need to little pace it up, and so that we can reach to the advanced sections or the areas which we actually work day in day out, right? Like the formulas and all these things, the pivot parts and all these things. So I believe we are okay with the pace currently, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Let me know if you want to, if you want to change the pace or something like that, or if you are stuck with something, then and there you pause me over there and we'll clarify those things here. So fine, guys. I think today we can wrap it up this much. Okay. And from
Yes.
our next class, we can, proceed further with our next topics and all that. Okay. So fine, guys. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Let's meet up next Saturday. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.